Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video, we're gonna smoke some spare ribs. Alright, so I already went ahead and removed the silver skin from the back side of the ribs, and I also cut away any extra fatty sections that I didn't want to eat. I'm using mustard as my binder, and on this rack here, I'm using the sweet and smoky rub. So you want to get a good even coating. Don't forget the edges and the back of the ribs as well. Alright, so moving on to the second rack, again we're going to use mustard as our binder. Just make sure to rub that mustard into every nook and cranny. You want to make sure you got some binder there to make sure the rub sticks real well. On this rack I'm trying this honey hickory rub. I've not used it before. It's meant for chicken, but I thought my wife would like it, so that's what we're using on this one. Same as last time, just coat all surfaces evenly. Don't forget the edges, the sides, and obviously the back of the ribs as well. Alright, so let's take these ribs outside and put some smoke on them. If you notice here, I have a water pan in the center where my hot spot is. That's just because that's what I'm used to. On my Weber Smoky Mountain, there's a water pan. So I added a water pan on my hot spot in my Pit Boss. Now, if you don't know where to find your hot spot, check out this video here on the top of the screen. It's a quick, easy, and very effective way to find the hot spots on your pit. So I've already gone through the startup process for the Pit Boss, and I've warmed it up to about 225 degrees, and that's where I intend to smoke today. So if you notice here, I'm going to tuck the ribs nice and tight against each other. It's not only because they barely didn't fit in the pit, but it's also because when you smoke them, you want them to be nice and tight. That way there's a lot of meat on each. 1 hour in at 225, let's take a look. You see the rub is starting to set a little bit. They're looking really good. One little wet spot there, it still needs to dry up. Man, they're looking delicious already. Now's a good time to spray them down as well. So I got about a 50-50 mix of apple cider vinegar and olive oil. All right, let's close her up and we'll come back in about another hour and see where we're at. Okay, we're 2 hours in. Another spray again. It's really quick, and we're going to want to close that lid as quickly as possible and maintain our temperatures. Oh boy, they're looking good. I can't wait to give them a taste. Alright, so we're 3 hours in. Now normally on my ribs, this is about the time where I'm going to wrap them and let them sit and wrap for about 2 hours. But today my wife and I were kind of hungry and we did not want to wait. So I did a quick check on temps, and then I actually ended up bumping up the pit to about 300 degrees to finish these ribs up pretty quick. And of course, while you got the pit open, might as well go ahead and hit it with some more spray. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes or 3.5 hours total now. Let's check these temps. Alright, so we're seeing temps of about 199 to 198 or so. It's pretty close. Normally I like to pull mine at about 203. Let's check a couple more spots. You know what? 198, 199 is going to have to be good enough today. We're hungry. We want these things off so we could eat them. Let me go grab some sauce and sauce up one of these ribs. Alright, so I went ahead and flipped both racks of ribs to get ready to sauce the bottoms first. I did decide to not sauce the rack on the left, or the hickory honey rack. I'm going to leave that with just the rub on. I'm using Sweet Baby Ray's Hickory Brown Sugar barbecue sauce. It's the easiest go-to sauce. You can get it anywhere. It's really good, and I put it on a lot of my ribs. Alright, so after I got the bottom sauced up, I went ahead and flipped it back over and put some sauce on the top. See how that center of the rib there kind of teared and opened up? That shows you that the rib's real tender and ready to come off. Let's get some sauce on it and get it off the pit. Close the lid on them and let them sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and let that barbecue sauce kind of tack up. It'll be ready in no time. Alright, they're looking pretty good to me. I'm going to flip over this rack here that's sauced and let the top get some of the heat from the grill directly. Let me tell you, these ribs are tender. They're just falling apart. Actually, there's one of the bones, just came right out. While that one's tacking up the last layer of barbecue sauce, I'll go ahead and take off this other rack. They're ready. Okay, I just ran that first rack inside. Now let's get this one off. Alright, so we've let them rest for about 10 minutes. Look at that pullback. Boy, those are looking good. Alright, so I cut off this first piece here. Let's take a look and see what we got. Beautiful piece of meat. Nice little smoke ring. Tons of juice. Look at that. Oh, these are going to be good. Alright, here they are all cut up. You can just look at all that juice pouring out of them. Here, let's take a closer look. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next time.